Alright, Phoenix here, welcome to Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked Part 5. We're going through this city, or we're jumping on top of these building things they put out near the city. Also, it's like that city from Jak 2 that I remember. Or in Jak 2, they go on the jet ski thing, and they would drive it over the water there, and then be like the Crimson Guard protecting that city there, while everyone's going about their day-to-day tasks. And yet, Jak is just, causing havoc and mayhem with the Crimson Guard. We're kind of doing that here too. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably going to wish they could go about their daily tasks. But I'm pretty sure they closed off this entire section so we could, do these games, play this, whatever you call the Dread Zone tournament, where we could use this weapon from Disruptor, this lock-on mine weapon, which still isn't really well upgraded yet. I'm sure when it gets fully upgraded, we'll have better homing capabilities, where we could just one-shot, one-kill those things that kind of even look like the Crimson Guard from Jak 2 a bit. I don't know, maybe Insomniac Games kind of got their ideas from Jak 2. And Jak 2, God, the people that made that game, the Naughty Dog, they got their ideas from Ratchet & Clank, supposedly. It's like it's like kind of creating a paradox, almost. This whole level is just a big paradox. There's those city buildings in the background there, and we don't even know if it's even really a city at all. Maybe it's like one of those fake cities that they build in North Korea to make it look like it's a real place, a real prosperous environment, but actually, it's just completely nothing. It's something that's made to fool tourists. I mean, Seaman Vox sounds like the kind of person that would do something like that would, deceive his people, lie to them. He's trying to convince everyone to think that Ace Hardlight's the greatest hero in the galaxy, and that no one else is a better hero than Ace Hardlight. Only Ace Hardlight's a genuine jerk. He's even worse than Captain Quark. Yeah, sure, Captain Quark's a jerk too. At least Captain Quark has charm about it and is funny, and he can be good sometimes when needed. But Ace Hardlight has none of that. He's like Captain Quark who didn't have any redeemable qualities. That's why Ace Hardlight's a hated character. We're supposed to hate him. He's one of the bad guys of this game. We're always supposed to hate the bad guys of anything, right? That's part of what makes them bad guys. Otherwise, they wouldn't really be bad guys then. We're getting into this battle arena tournament thing, or is this one of these cliche circular arenas that we get into where you just have to blast down all these enemies. This mindless action, which is pretty much all we ever do in this game, is this mindless action. I remember Ratchet & Clank All For One was also a bit like that too. That game had a lot of mindless action in it too. Everyone seemed to hate it because it wasn't really a traditional Ratchet & Clank game. It felt more like Final Fight or Streets of Rage. This game's more like a traditional Ratchet & Clank game than Ratchet & Clank All For One would ever be. I think this game's kind of different too. I mean, some people don't really like it for that reason, but some people say it's like the best one in the series. I think that's why Insomniac Games made the newer Ratchet & Clank games more like this. Or so I've been told, I don't know, I don't really play those newer ones that much. This weapon's almost upgraded too. We can get up to 10 upgrades in this mode of the game. And the challenge mode, you get up to like 50 upgrades too. It's like upgrades galore. They really took upgrades to the next level. No no pun or joke intended on that one. I mean, because in Ratchet & Clank up your arsenal, you can only upgrade up to like 5, get up to 5 upgrades. And then Ratchet & Clank Going Commando was up to like 2 upgrades, I think. You can only upgrade like once or so, and that was about it. Yeah, upgrades really come a long way since Ratchet & Clank Going Commando when they were first introduced. Our biggest goal is to reflect that light thing on that mirror thing so we can somehow get into the main battleground, the battle dome, whatever it's called. So we could just kill off some more things that are probably just doing what they're doing so they could get paid and go home. Well, they're not going to get paid and get home because they're going to be killed. By me, of course, because what else are we going to do? What you're going to do in this game? It's pretty much it's like hardwired or programmed into our brains at this point that all we do is just mindlessly kill stuff. That's probably why this game was very successful in Japan, because all you do is just, murder stuff. Oh look, we're going against this guy again. Yeah, because the first encounter with him simply wasn't enough. So we have to go and encounter him again. We have to give him another beating with the fusion rifle, just blast him several times to a point where we're going to be just stripping his health. I'm getting new ammo every 2 seconds. So I don't even need to change my weapon. It's like this is pretty much the same thing as having unlimited blasts of the fusion rifle, where you can just completely decimate. Look at that, it took out like 80% of his health right there. He's gonna fly away like a sissy coward that he is and just send more of his goons after me. And these goons get killed pretty easy, just one shot, one kill. I'm not sure what those things are supposed to be anyway. They look like giant flying corkscrews. Also looks like that Barbie toy or whatever it was that got I think it was a Barbie toy thing that got recalled because it had some, like, it was like sharp or something like that, and it flew into the air like that and twirled around and supposedly cut some kids' faces with those things. Yeah, that sounds like a typical recalled toy thing. I'm sure there's a lot of great recalled toys that would make for great YouTube videos. I know because I first found out about that in a YouTube video that was made by the Danger Dolan. I remember 10 or 11 years ago watching that crap. I don't know if they're still around today or not. I have no idea. Let's getting another view of this city, doing another, like, platforming challenge over a city. Yeah, the few times this game ever has any actual platforming stuff, which is also kind of rare in this game. I'm just gonna go and snipe it. Look, I'm actually using the fusion rifle for its intended purpose for once, just to snipe down those enemies. Oh, we have to go fire another EMP blast at that thing. Yeah, it seems kind of unnecessary and ridiculous. I mean, this would be, ironically enough, this game actually probably would be impossible to play with an actual PS2 controller on a PC, because for some reason when you connect a PS1 or PS2 DualShock controller to a PC, for some reason it maps the D-pad and the left analog stick as if they're one the same. There's no way to change that. So some games are impossible to play for that reason, unless you, like, really bend your brain over backwards, and even then, to remap the controls, and even then, that still is a huge hassle. That's why I'm using a controller that looks like an Xbox Series X controller to play this, and it plays it perfectly fine. I don't really care what kind of controller is being used, just as long as it's a controller that's usable for what I'm going to be playing. And it definitely is. Definitely is an ergonomic, usable controller, and we're going to do some grinding here on these grind rails, like it's Sonic Adventure 2 or something like that. I remember back in the days when Sonic Adventure 2 was one of the only games I had, so therefore I played it a lot. And that was in a time when I didn't have a TV, like an actual TV with AV inputs on it. So I had to play at my grandma's house, where she did have a TV with far more high-tech than that stupid 80s TV I had. Good God, TV was so bad in the 80s. I wonder how people watched TV in the 80s without getting a headache. But Sonic Adventure 2, I really liked it at the time, but I've played a lot of better games since then. I still like the fact that it forces you to play as so many other characters in the game, doing so many un-Sonic-like things, just to get a few minutes of pure Sonic fun every now and then. Thank God this game doesn't do anything like that. In this game, you just play as Ratchet for the entirety of the game, pretty much, and all you do is just blast stuff and destroy stuff. In fact, it's kind of like the opposite of Sonic Adventure 2, because the game is pretty much entirely what Ratchet and Clank fun is supposed to be, just getting weapons and blasting stuff. Insomniac Games knew that way too well. Too bad Sega didn't know that. Imagine they did make a Sonic game that's like this, where you have guns and stuff and you shoot stuff. And oh wait, they actually did kind of make a game like that. It was called Shadow the Hedgehog. I never played that game before. Most people say that game sucks, and yet some people say it's really good. I don't really know which source to believe. I don't know. I'm probably going to be playing that game anytime soon. Anyways, it's going to be collecting the... They're constantly pumping you up with ammo. I think ammo just automatically picks whatever weapon you have the least, or maybe it's random. I'm sure it's random. Maybe it automatically picks so you have the least amount of ammo for it and just gives that to you. I don't really know how it works exactly. I would be using the dash boots right about now, but I'm not sure if I have the dash boots yet, actually. I don't remember if I did or not. I know you tap the R1 button in this game, because R1 doesn't fire your gun like it does in the American version. I think now we're finally getting to the best part of this entire level. Oh yes, this isn't the best part yet, but then now this challenge, where there's it's like those ray shield things, or those electronic wall barrier things from Star Wars Episode 1 are closing in on us. And the only thing we can do to keep it away from us is to constantly turn that bolt. Just constantly turn that bolt every little bit, I think, and then we could. Or no, wait, we're not in that part yet. We're actually at the boss right? Okay, so we are in the best part of the game after all. Then we're constantly getting free weapon refills, so we can take on this boss. Because 2 beatings wasn't enough. We whooped this guy's ass 2 times already, and that's just not enough. We have to whoop his ass a 3rd time. Yeah, 3 times the charm, right? Really need to get the 3rd time in there before he's just like going like ballistic on us. He looks like something that was built by the Three Stooges. And he also looks a bit like those Nork soldier things they had in the Peacekeepers or Peacemakers world in Spyro, the original Spyro. There's war guys that just walk around with like... They almost look like they have frickin' cigars in their mouth or something. And there's these dispensers on the side here too where they could destroy them. I don't think they really dispense anything useful. other than just enemies. And what's the point of even twisting the bullet yourself and you're just gonna get killed? Get your robot friends to do it. Who cares if your robot friends get incapacitated? They're supposed to protect you, but they do a crappy job at doing that. I don't think we want to rely on those robot guys to do anything. Their guns are like made out of paper mache. They just fire bullets. They're pretty much just as weak as blanks are a lot of the time. There's really much of a point of using them a lot of the time. They're kind of useless a lot of the time too. Except when you want to throw an EMP, and even then, they can be very slow at throwing EMPs. They just gave us an EMP gun in this game. Kind of like in Star Wars Battlefront, where they gave us thermal detonators that had EMP blasts in them. He recovered some of his health, but he's not going to keep that health much longer, because I'm just going to go take the sniper rifle and cook him till he's well done. Just like what you did when you first got the phase rifle in Disruptor. Disruptor must be a very, like, uncommon game. I mean, I already knew it was, but it must be so, like, obscure to a point where some news agencies or news sources that come to my newsfeed now refuse to admit that that game exists, and they say Spyro was the first game Insomniac ever made. Spyro wasn't the first game Insomniac ever made. Disruptor was, and they always seem to ignore that. Did they know it existed? Or maybe they did, and they just simply didn't know they cared. Or maybe it's a game they want you to forget about. I mean, some games are games that companies want us to forget about. I know Sony has a lot of games they want us to forget about. Supposedly Jersey Devil and Blasto are among them. I don't know, I downloaded an ISO image for Jersey Devil, or as I like to sometimes call it, Choisy Devil. Yeah, I found it somewhere on some store, 'cause that game's like insanely expensive. How else am I going to be able to play it? I haven't actually played it yet, but I heard it was decent. I've had an ad for it in the original Tomba for PS1. Looks like something that could be good. I might be doing a Let's Play of that game eventually. It's a rare game, a game you're probably not going to find anywhere else. In this... Oh, what's over there? Oh, it's like... Oh, it says more ammo there, and it must be at full ammo, because it's not... Usually if you have full ammo, it doesn't give you anything. I can imagine that Spider-Man from Spider-Man for the PS1 saying, I'm already at full health, I'm already at full ammo. I do Let's Plays of those games eventually. I made videos of those games before, but never actually did full Let's Plays of them. I'm gonna go and fry this guy, go and toast and fry this. I think his name's Shell Shock or something like that. Oh, Shell Shock! Yeah, go to the Ninja Turtles saying that Ninja Turtles arcade game when they get killed. Shell Shock. It's going in. I keep getting weapon refills a lot of the time too. So I don't think I'll be... There we go. I think I just got an upgrade right there too. And now, Shell Shock, whatever his name is dead. Compliments of us. And we're going to unlock I think it's a new badge. Oh, I think those are the rocket shoes now, the rocket boots, whatever they're called. Yeah, so we do have the dash boots now. And there's going to be the Seaman Vox ranting about why he hates what's going on in the tournament and that Ratchet's like really dominating the ratings and dominating everything when it should have been Ace Hardlight. Why isn't Ace Hardlight there? Oh, they gotta promote Ace Hardlight. Gotta lie to all the people and tell him he's the one that's really been doing all the work after all, and that he's the one we should be worshipping. Not Ratchet. Who cares about Ratchet? And he also has that thing. It looks like it's that pet thing. Looks like it's half Mogwai and half Gremlin, like it was a Mogwai, it was going to turn to a Gremlin, and somehow got interrupted partway through the process, it was just half and half. He also looks like a green Furby, almost. It's like some green genetically mutated Furby. Some Furby that's part in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that. You remember when Furbies are really popular? Don't feed them after midnight and don't pour water on them either. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with that abomination he has on his desk. I think there's some more challenges we could play on this planet before we leave the planet. Ooh, I love these kinds of challenges. These are kind of like those hover ship levels from Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Only we're flying a downright starfighter this time around. It plays pretty much identical to that hover ship we had in Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, but it's a starfighter this time around. It's a starfighter challenge. You have to destroy certain targets and not get killed. I love these parts. It all feels like I'm playing Star Wars Starfighter sometimes. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. And Ratchet actually gets to fly a starfighter as part of his punishment, or you can call it a punishment, his imprisonment on this planet. Alright, in this tournament. Doing this tournament with your job, this would be a pretty cool kick-ass job, actually. If it involves you flying a starfighter. I want to have a job that involves flying a starfighter. Who wouldn't want that job? Starfighters are cool and awesome. You just fly around and blast things and destroy them, make your enemies suffer. And you can also earn a lot of bolts from doing these missions too, earn a lot of extra bolts so you have more money to buy some more weapons when more weapons become available. I wonder what's going to happen first, more weapons becoming available, or me just becoming a bolt billionaire. It's really hard, I'm not even sure it's possible to become a bolt billionaire in this game, unless you've played this game like several times over, which I definitely did. It's going to go in, oh, he shot me there, too. I'm just going to blast this guy back over here. Blast that, shoot that, blast all that, and there we go. I think I got a nanotech upgrade from that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's what that said in Japanese. I thought it'd say nano or something there, nanotech upgrade or something like that. All written in katakana, so I think that's one of the targets. That thing in the middle, there's a target I'm supposed to destroy. There's only 2 targets left. Or maybe it wasn't. It was just some turrets. You may have to kill all the turrets for it to count as you destroyed the target. I think that turret's gone. Is that turret going to be gone? It did get quite a bit. It did get blasted. There you go. I think the targets are listed on those star things. And it's difficult to figure out a lot of time where they actually are, because it doesn't really tell you like how high it is, like what its elevation is off the ground. Like, is it way above the ground, or is it below the ground, or is it at your eye level, or is it far above your eye level? You don't really know a lot of the time, because it doesn't really show. The map isn't really that specific a lot of the time. How could a map be that specific? It's just a simple 2D image in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Map. A lot of games this era would always have maps that have, you know, like very primitive-looking graphics like that just simply point out where things are. And the challenge has been completed. And we won 4,000 bolts for that. We won a new suit of armor for that. And so we actually got something good for once. Ray Phoenix, signing out.